Hi everybody, welcome to your Exhibitor dashboard. So this is what you'll see after you set your password and log into your account. So it's welcome to your dashboard test. It's got our information and here is all the details for your account. So we're gonna do select your space. I'm gonna run you through some things first. So over here are help videos. If you guys are worried about doing this process, this is where you find those help videos. Of course, no pets are allowed on the grounds. And then there is going to be a section where we do have to sign off on official rules. These are going to be found on your Exhibitor dashboard, as well as things to know before you go. This is a great resource to read ahead of time. So a few things. The blue button here, select your space, is what we're going to go through. If you click on this map, it's just going to open up a public view and it will not allow you to actually select a space. So this is just a public floor plan that everyone can see. It is not going to get you to your space. This My booths, you can click them here. Again, this is just going to show you where your booths are on the map. You cannot click into this at this point. It will not show you how to add them to your booth. It's just going to show you your booth. So I'm going to remember that I have W7 and Z8. So there are two ways to start with selecting your booth. There's going to be select your space right here. This is for Car Corral, camping, and the swap meet. Or over here on the left-hand side of your dashboard is going to be select your space. Both of them get you to the same area and both of them are equally usable for this. So the first part is going to be company information. You need to use obviously a company if you have it. If not, your first and last name in this area. So this is my test account. You can see that a green arrow check mark does appear next to it when you filled it out correctly. All of these are required on this side. It's not showing them right now because I have them all filled out, but you need your 2-character state code here, as well as you have to type out United States. If I have a short description for my products, merchandise, Ford parts, that kind of stuff can go here. Of course, your website, if you have one for your business, absolutely enter it here. Your information, your phone number, you don't have to add your cell number if you don't want to. That is just going to be your phone number there. So you're either going to scroll down to the bottom at next, or you're going to click this right arrow at the top. If one of these areas is not filled out correctly, so let's delete my address here, it is going to tell you fields not valid. So make sure all fields have valid data. It'll show you the green checks then, and the 1X is where I need to type something in. So just typed in fake information there. So you can see it as a green check now. I am able to go on to the next section. So we're going to add both a swap meet and a campground space. It does take a minute to load, so just give it a little time. And the maps are just very big, and this is why we recommend using it strictly on a computer and not a phone, because the maps it's nearly impossible to view the maps on a mobile device. So here it is, loading floor plan. As you can see, I have a plus and minus over here. This is going to be your zoom in and zoom out button. You can fit it to the screen, or you can clear where you are on the map. So we're going to just take a second. Here we go. Loading. All right, so I can show you a couple ways. So a bunch of things pop up. Your mini map is over here. You can exit out of that if you don't want it. This is just your legend of the different swap spaces. I'm going to look up my name. So it's under the test account, and this is your company or your first and last name. So here's my information. I'm going to click on my booth and it'll bring me directly to my booth. So Z8 is right here. It's going to zoom in. So it's got both of them right there. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to click that booth, and then it's going to ask me, it's limited to vendors, businesses, and representatives who are primarily selling automotive items. So you have to be selling 80% automotive in this area. If you are not, it's rows A through H. So you're agreeing to that. I'm going to add it to cart, and I am going to rent another one. So we're going to do rent another. And so that one is in my cart. It turned yellow because it means that it's in an active cart. My other one is now showing. I'm going to also add that to cart, and I'm going to rent another one. So when I want to add a campground space to that or a car corral space, you click return to views up at the top. Sorry, I'm moving fast, but that's this button right here. And then I'm going to load it again. And you can see over here on the right is my cart. I can minimize that if it's taking up too much room. And right now I can add available spaces here in the campground. So we're just going to pick one. I do want to add it to cart, and we're going to proceed now. I've got a campground and 2 swap spaces. So here's an important thing. These are additional wristbands. If you need help on setup days, those are an additional $50. If you're going to pre-register your golf cart, you do need to do it here or with our spectator admission. And then we have vendor early move-in. So that's going to be one right here. If you want to skip the staging at 10 a.m., you can get in a little bit earlier on that date. You can do it specifically for each booth. If you want 2 vendor wristbands, one for each booth, you can do 1 in each side or just do 2 in one of them. And for the campground, here's the early camping. That's going to show your golf cart registration. I will take this early vendor move-in off, but here is your early campground option. So here we go. I don't need any of that, so you can just click next, and the next buttons are going to be below, or they're going to be at the arrow at the top here. You can also check to make sure that your cart is good. I can put in, let's do 1 just so it shows early vendor move-in. Okay. All right, my Wisconsin seller's permit, because I have a swap space, I do need to include this information. So the last 4 of my social, I'm not going to give you guys that, but it's there. And then either your seller's permit number or an exemption code. So you need 2 of these 3. You for sure need this one, and then 1 of the seller's permit or the exemption code. The FEIN, if you do have a business and you want to include that here, you certainly can. We send all that in. So here's some information. The automotive acknowledgement. So I had already said yes, that I am in that. It's automatically agreed. And then quiet hours. So I have to adhere all areas in the campground to quiet hours, which is 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. No late parties, everybody. Okay. So we're going to go to the next one here. This is going to be your legal terms and agreements. So you can click this right box over here and it will open it up into a different PDF. So if you do want to review this, you can save that down or look at it later. It does need you to scroll all the way through here. So there you go. Like I said, these are available in your participant resources. It is also available on the email, confirmation email that you will get at the end. So it's not going to let you click. You must finish reading the document. So scroll all the way through, and then it becomes highlighted and you will click that. So here's a print agreement as well if you want to keep that. So again, the gray arrow at top or the next at the bottom. Here is all of my items. So it shows you kind of on the map. It's got them listed here. So here's my total. The full amount and today's amount are the same. So that is that's good there. So you'll enter your credit card information. Again, the 2-digit code for Wisconsin. And you do have to type out United States. Those are important things. I'm going to click pay offline, but the authorized buy is going to be myself. So Allie Johnson here, and I'm going to be, the title can be owner, it can be me, it can be rented, it can be all that information. Just you got to get something in there so that there's a green check and now the finish. But I am going to click pay offline. You have 10 days to send us a check, and then we'll apply that to your account on the back end if you're not comfortable with the credit card over the system. So here is your grand total is $410. I'm going to click finish. It's going to ask you, do you want to finalize the transaction? I do want to finish it. And purchasing, and purchase successful. So as you see here, your order has been processed. Please check your inbox for confirmation email with your order details. If you have selected the payment option, pay offline, your mail payment must be received within 10 days. So we're looking forward to it. So I have the pay offline. And then I'm going to go, if I decide, I'm going to return to home here. So all this is done. The spaces are under my name. If I decide that I want to do it with a credit card and I don't want to, I would just want to make sure that I'm worried about the check getting through the mail, I'm going to head back to my dashboard and I will show you where to pay your invoice on your dashboard. Let's see here, right? Okay, it's just processing. And here we go. Show car registration is over to the left too. I've done that in a different video. So if you need to utilize the show car registration, we have good internet here. It just does take some time depending how many people are in the system. So I appreciate your patience. And here is the official rules again. So those are emailed to you. All tents must be obtained through Charnocky Tents. There's information on porter potties for the swap vendors as well. All right, so we're back to the home screen here. So here's my invoice summary. This is where you're gonna, if you want to pay with credit card after the fact, you can. I had $80 on there already because of a show car. So you either make a payment here and submit payment, or you can include, you can open up your invoice here and it'll show you. So this will show you all your full details for that. And you can either include your invoice details on the memo for the check. If you don't want to print it off, just put it in the notes. That would be great. And then it's just loving me today, this slow process. So just your patience is appreciated. Once you get through once, this will be the same system going forward. So you'll use that the same login for that. So, and we did talk to some people today, and you can use the same email for multiple people and accounts. Just let us know if you need to do that. So here is my invoice. Invoice number is 1030. Just put that on the notes. I have registered show cars in my previous video, so that's where that comes in. And there's my balance. So, of course, due by March 1st, otherwise you will lose access to your spaces. So that is how to register a swap camping or car corral position space. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And this is going to be my submitted contract for this area as well. All right, that's all you guys.